Checking in today on the topic of low back and or what we could call posterior chain training. Posterior chain, what we're talking about in regards to training is the connector, let's just say the connection between your hamstrings, glutes, and low back, the spinal erectors in your low back. If you are a person who sits a lot, you're a person who works in an office all day, at a desk, at a computer, doing that away. If you're a student that sits for 6 hours or more each day in classes, the first thing that needs to happen every day, aside from ground-based mobility to open up your hips for the full range of motion, is to prep and flip back on, let's say, your posterior chain. Hammies, again, rear end, and of course the spinal erectors in your low back. I recently added to the home gym here an amazing training device invented by Louis Simmons at Westside Marble in Columbus, Ohio. This is called a reverse hyper. The quick training tip for today is this. If you are going to a gym every single day, you need to get on at least a back extension machine for somewhere between 3 to 5 sets of 15 to 25 reps. Every single day to keep your low back healthy. Low back health isn't an issue until it is. And for most folks, listen, why do we miss going to work in the United States? Well, prior to 2020, because we had a cold or because we had a low back issue. This is a wonderful, wonderful training device here that you would simply loop your feet through this belt that's attached to it here. And as I step up, I grab the handles in front. And so you're gonna see this opening of the low back to create some space between the vertebrae and my low back. And from there, all I would do is kick my legs back and up, which again opens the space between those discs and my low back. This is a back fixer. I'm not a physical therapist. If you have low back issues, of course, go check with a physical therapist on the orthopedic end or your doctor, whoever that happens to be, but I am a strength coach, and looking at it from purely just from a functionality and strength standpoint, this device is a performance changer. And if you don't have one of these, it's not the end of the world. Just make sure you hop on that back extension machine for at least 3 to 5 sets of somewhere between 15 to 25 reps. Have an awesome week.